Welcome to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. And once again, I have author Deanna. Deanna is a mixed media artist and author who creates digital art, custom designs, and children books for visual learners. Inspired by her own experience with dyslexia and her daughter's struggles, she designed a book to help kids build confidence through step-by-step recipes. With over 30,000, y'all ain't hearing me, 30,000 Instagram followers. They all legit too. She ain't paid none of them, okay? Deanna has built a thriving creative community, proving that perseverance and passion can turn challenges into success. So if you guys missed last week, it was good. I mean, we even went over running the recipes, the celery butterfly. But Deanna, I mean, she signed my book too, y'all. So I'm official. I'm official now, okay? So it's Lila's Cookbook, and it is on Amazon.com. It's illustrated, and she wrote it. This girl has so much talent. And I mean, okay, wait a minute. So even her daughter, it looks like her daughter, has everything. Her daughter's birthmark, her daughter's bow, everything. She is like amazing, okay? And yes, I mean, even Lila swims. Yeah, so
she loves swimming.
Afternoon pool time with Lila on page 13. And it's crazy. So let me tell you guys how, because if you guys didn't listen to last week, I got, fill you guys in what we talked about last week. So Deanna is an author, and Deanna's cousin is my friend, Kenya. Shout out, Kenya. Casey. I call her my twin. That's my twin.
Hey, Kenya.
Hey, Kenya. So Kenya text all of us, and she was like, you guys support my cousin, buy her book. I go click on it. I'm like, this is nice. Like she illustrated this. What? I'm like, she needs to come on my show. So that's how Deanna and I met. And then before I interview everyone, I always tell them, send me your bio, because I want to get to know you. I just don't want to just out the air, like, okay. So so she sent me her bio, and then she told me, call her. Deanna and we talked over an hour. It felt like I already knew her.
Yes.
Yes. So it feels, I don't know.
And we could have talked longer.
We could have talked longer. It was just a great conversation. She has a great spirit. She's a great person. Beautiful inside and outside.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, we talked about that. So once again, thank you for the connections, people, places, circumstances.
Yes.
And then I'm glad that I reached out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm glad that I reached out. So Deanna talked about her challenges that she had with dyslexia and her daughter, and how she wanted the book to be more visual, because everyone learns different, and a lot of people with dyslexia, they are more creative.
Yes.
So they're very artsy and they're very creative. And then you mentioned people like Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Like Tom Holland and Tom Cruise, actors. A lot of actors are dyslexic. Yeah. Yeah. So they just learn different. They're intelligent and everything. And then you talked about overcoming your fear, because you had a challenge you felt kind of scared to write the book, but you did it. Yes.
Did it. Yes. And a lot of you said a lot of it was more fear than writing it.
Yes. Yeah.
And also as well, she's a mom. She's full-time. She's a domestic engineer. That's my dream job. When I really don't dream of working, but when I do, that's my dream job. It's her job. I want a family and kids, and I want to be able to take my kids to the zoo when it's time.
Yeah.
So I love that. But she said even being a mom, her schedule, but she made time to write the book. So all the moms out there, all the parents, do not be discouraged.
Do not give up.
Do not give up. Yes, and it doesn't matter.
And patience is the number one key.
Absolutely. Patience is virtue.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
People want it right away. No, have some patience. You'll get there.
Absolutely, you'll get there. And a lot of people want that microwave, that Google.
Yeah.
You know, just go ahead, and it's not that fast when you do things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So have patience, and it will get done.
Yes, it will.
And then, yes, have confidence. And look at, I mean, like I said, I got the signed copy in my hand right now, you guys. Literally. So, I mean, it's live in living color. Lila's Cookbook. You guys have to go get it. Once again, it is on Amazon by Deanna Floyd, illustrator Deanna Floyd as well. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get back into the interview, but I just wanted to get you guys updated if you missed last week. I also update all the, I upload all the interviews on YouTube, so you guys can check it out on my YouTube page, K Willis Positive Vibes Podcast on YouTube. All right, so Deanna, we kind of mentioned a little, but how has your daughter's experience with dyslexia influenced your approach to writing?
My next book that I want to make is going, because Lila struggles with dyslexia and because there's a certain different way into teaching kids how to read and stuff. My next book that I want to do is probably it's either going to be a story about a girl who has dyslexia going through school, and she's mostly gray. She's not happy when she has to go to math, science, or whatever class. And I want it to be mostly just picture.
Okay.
But when she does a sport or when she does art, she's going to be very colorful and bright. Or it's either going to be that, or the next book I want to do is hands-on book for dyslexia people on like learning about how to read and write a certain way, on how dyslexia people do read and write in their way. And next month I'm going, Lila has a tutor who works with dyslexia people, and I'm going to a seminar.
Oh, wow.
For dyslexia people, and hopefully I'll get a lot of ideas on how to make this hands-on book for dyslexia people. So that's definitely one for the future. For this cookbook, it wasn't like, it was more of like, oh, I'm just going to make fun little recipes and stuff, you know, just little step-by-step recipes, because we're visuals. And Lila is very visual. She's an art girl.
Aww.
Like, she's super.
Can she draw too? Wow.
She can draw too. And super, super artsy. She's a visual learner, just like me. So she can learn things by just seeing things step by step instead of just reading it. So, yeah, mostly just that. The step-by-step stuff is what made me help her, but I kind of forgot the question. But
no, you're good. I'm glad that you are an advocate for dyslexia, and I'm glad that, you know, you're embracing, like, you're helping people. Yeah. So that's good. So, because that, when someone has an advocate, it really helps. Yeah. Because it's like, if you have a challenge, and everyone can't understand that, you know, because they don't have the challenge. So when you have it, and you're able to help people and be an advocate for it, and go to seminars, and want to learn, like, okay, how can I make this look better, or, you know, how can I make steps, and this is how this person actually feels. So now people that don't have that challenge, we can know.
And I want to be able for people to see how we view things. Yes. You know, how, like, through our eyes as the dyslexia. I'm also working with Lila's tutor on making dyslexia cards, reading cards, to help kids understand, like, the sounds of letters and stuff, because sometimes those are hard. So I'm working with her on making cards too So that's exciting.
That is very exciting. And look at you. So, and then that helps someone else, because there are other parents out there and their child has it.
Yeah.
And in their situation, no one in their family may not have it. So there might be challenging and struggling on how to handle it.
Sometimes, especially if it could be your first kid who's ever had dyslexia. You don't know what to do, or like you get frustrated because they're not like learning the certain way they're supposed to, and you don't know that they could have dyslexia. You know,
Right.
It can be very frustrating as a parent, you know. But there are places out there that can really help.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any offhand? If not, we can always post it later.
No, not right now, but I forget the school that the tutor works at. But she works for kids with dyslexia at the school.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just post it. We'll get that information for you guys, and then when we post the video and the show, like after, because I normally go live with the show, and then we'll just post it just to help other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So also, and I mean, that's great. I'm glad, like you said, the flashcards. Are you gonna draw like?
Yes, I'm drawing. So there's the letter C.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drawing the cat, like a cat on top of it. There's a letter C, and then behind it, it will say the word cat or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going through the entire alphabet. It's so funny because like people with dyslexia, people would call them lazy, but they're not lazy. They're just tired. I guess you could say more tired than lazy. So it takes me a long time, like it did with the book. It takes a long time to like do it because just the way our brain functions, it takes longer, so it makes us even more tired and it slows us down. So I've only done like 3 letters.
It's okay. It's okay. We have 365 days in a year.
I know. I know.
So you'll be done. That's more. Yeah. So that's exciting. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing about this seminar.
Yes,
so, once you go,
I'm so excited. This will be my first seminar. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I've never been so excited because I want to know how like other people see dyslexia, and I want to like see how they taught kids how to get better with reading and writing and stuff like that. And I can't wait to get all this information and like actually like help and make a book that comes from this. I'm so stoked.
I'm excited for you too, and I can't wait to get that book, and I'm gonna get it signed.
Yes.
So, how do you use? I mean, we kind of talked about this too, but how do you use your experience to inspire other parents and children facing similar struggles? I mean, we kind of talked about it too with the going to the seminar.
Right, going to the seminar. Wait, say the question again?
Yeah. How do you use your experience to inspire other parents and children facing similar struggles?
Like I said, like being patient is like really big when it comes to your children and this experience of like struggling and trying to recognize the things that they love and encouraging them in that route.
Yeah.
Don't be hard on them. Like, don't, like, I know, like, I was probably a little hard on Lila, and I know my parents were a little hard on me. Like, you know, for me it was hard because I know, like, I did so much tutoring that I would sometimes try to make myself sick because I couldn't take it anymore. And I know, like, it was coming from a good spot where, like, my mom really wanted me to get better at this. But it was like, this is just who I am. You have to learn that this is just how your kid's going to learn. There's no fixing it. There's just helping it get it better. You know,
Exactly,
like not
yeah.
there's no way to fix it. And I think like it can be like if you do too much, it can be exhausting, and you can make your kid just hate reading, and you know, and don't tell your kid that they're lazy. You know, Lila's gotten so good this year, like so good. Like she is like she's gone up like 82% in her reading and 91% in her math. Like she is thriving.
Come on, Lila. Woo!
Yes, and it's like you need to find the right people to help you. You need to find you need to have professionals help you. There is such thing as called an IEP, where kids have more time in tests, where they get a tutor, or they get their homework isn't so harsh on them, because they can get frustrated. And Lila, one part of this year was getting super frustrated. Like it was a little too much for Lila. So you don't want to overload them with stuff, because it's already hard as it is in the beginning. So overloading it isn't going to make it any better, you know? So I think those are things that would really help when you find out if your kid does have it. Finding the right people, getting tested. I can't remember the best year to get them tested. I think it's like second grade or third grade is the best time to get them tested for those things. Like me, like I was probably in third grade reading at a kindergarten level, and and Lila's the same. It's a lot of kids. Lila is actually not as bad as a lot of other kids, actually, which the tutor has said. She's actually really doing way better. She's actually doing better than I did as a kid. Oh, yeah. It's incredible. I was so happy. And, like, I mean, it's hard when you have dyslexia. Like, you're embarrassed. Like, you really are embarrassed. Like, like, you'd get books to read by yourself, and all of your classmates were reading like a higher level or the grade level they are in, and I would read at like a kindergarten level in third grade. So I would like run to a corner and hide. Or a lot of kids will like, you know, like you'd read around the class, it'd be the next kid and next kid, and then when it comes to you, you'd be like, can I go to the bathroom? You know, forget me. I don't want to read, you know, let me leave, you know, skip me, you know. So don't be hard on your kids. Like, it's just like everyday life for anybody.
Right.
You don't know what they're going through in a job or whatever. So, like, being harder on them, it isn't going to make it easier, you know. So that's pretty much it.
I like that. You said find the right people and professionals. And then don't be hard on them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's not like you can't shake it out of them.
You
I like
can't.
that you said like so it's not like something, oh, if you read XYZ or
and
get this online or
yeah, like, and don't, like, I know, like, a lot of parents are like, I want my kid to be like a lawyer, doctor, something like big, but it's like, don't have high expectations on your children, you know, because that's not like, that's what you might want, but that's not what your kid's gonna want, you know. I mean, like, Lila, she might end up being a gamer, and she might be a really good gamer, and at the end of the day, I don't care if she loves it and she thrives in it and succeeds. I'm gonna be proud of her, you know. Like, I just think having high expectation, it really does just destroy the child, because then it's like, then they're really gonna feel like a failure, because it's like, if they like finally graduate high school and then they go to college and they just have these high expectations because their parents had these high expectations and they can't meet those high expectations, they're gonna feel like a failure, and it's gonna really eat away at them. So I think parents should just not push that high expectation on their kid ever. Like, literally, and kids will thrive if you don't put that high expectation on them, and embrace their gift and their talents and what they really love, if you embrace that, they're going to thrive.
Right.
You know, they're not going to thrive if they're like, oh, you need to be good at reading. You need to succeed in like being an engineer or a lawyer or doctor. It's like, no, like it's not going to work that way. You know?
Right.
So.
Like you said, embrace them. So whatever they're creative in, arts, encourage that more.
Make them go to art classes in the summer, or like if they like drama classes, like there are classes too that will even elevate more of their creativity on that end of the thing. Like have them do summer soccer camps or stuff like that. But I know, like, every time after summer, school comes around, it's like, oh, God, I'm dreading this. So much words and numbers and stuff that is coming, So it's like when they have summer and they have and there are those classes to sign them up, do it. Like, do it, because they're going to love it. They're going to have fun. And that's when they're going to, that's their school. That's when they're really going to learn. They're not really wanting to learn during school, actual school, when it comes to the other stuff. But when it's summer and it's time to take those creativity classes, oh, man, they're going to thrive. That's their real school. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I love you said thrive, too, because I go to Rock City in Birmingham, Alabama, online, of course, because I'm in Ohio. But Pastor Mike, and he said this is a year to thrive. So it's like, yes, thrive. We are going to thrive.
Yeah.
And this is a year, and embrace people where they're at. Like if someone, let's start doing that. I really
the
love
high
that.
expectations need to go away.
Yes, let them go away.
Yeah.
And then that's somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
But when that's not that person's dream, let them, if they're great at math, let them be a math.
Like
whatever
if that's your dream,
that's your dream,
then you do it.
Yes.
But if it's not your kid's dream, don't push it on them.
Yes, don't push it on them.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. How did you grow your Instagram followers to 30? This is real. She didn't pay nobody. This is real 30K,
Oh my gosh. That one was so crazy. I grew it like 3 years ago. Wait, no.
Whoa.
No, even maybe Johnny's 4. No, she's 5 now. Okay, I grew it like maybe 5 years ago. But, because I told you, Gianni was in the hospital. She got super, super sick where I went to Riverside and they weren't doing anything about it and she was having a hard time breathing. So I went to Children's, and when I got there, they took her right out of my arms. There was like 11 doctors running.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then, so I had to go in a different room, and they had to put a tube down her, and she had to, live on a tube for a little bit. And she was at the hospital for only like 2 weeks, but it was like traumatizing. And I was like, I'm going to prove to everybody, and I'm going to make something out of myself that hopefully I can be successful and make money out of, that my family doesn't have to ever worry, if something like hospital stuff or whatever happens. Because, like, it was hard, because it was like, I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband was working a lot, and it was a lot on all of us. And I wanted to find a way where I could use my gifts, but I could also make money to where my husband doesn't have to stress as much. And I'm not there yet, but I will get there. That's when I started my art. I was like, okay, it's time to buckle down. Like, it's time to get real serious. After seeing, like, my kid go through this, I'm like, I got to make this a career. I got to make this a career for my family, and so I just started doing it. I don't know. I love drawing food. I don't know. Like, I would draw, like, the littlest little menus that you could ever think of and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to go for food.
There you go.
I don't know why, but I'm going to go for it. And it was bad at the beginning. Oh my gosh, my artwork was like horrible. But I just learned. I just learned from other people. I get ideas, but I made it into my style. And you have to build a community.
Okay.
And I built a community in the the food art world. It's called Food Art World.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I did a couple lives with some food artists who had way more followers than me, and I probably embarrassed myself on those.
No.
But it was good, and like you have to communicate with your followers. You know, I mean, without them, like, what would you be?
Exactly.
So you have to thank them. It's important, and it's like you should be thankful for them. You know. They're always supportive, and it's so funny because it's like I always will struggle with like not being good enough, but my art followers and friends are always telling me that I am.
Oh, you're amazing.
And I'm fine. It took me years to feel that way, like years to feel like that, and now I feel it. But it took me a long time to get there, and I don't know. I had to study a lot. Like, it was a lot of studying. It was like, oh my god, because there would be certain algorithms. And there was certain days where you had to post, and you could even watch people. Like, you would look at people's posts, and it would tell you when they are posting. Is it on Tuesday? Is it on Wednesday? Is it on Thursday, or any of the day of the week? What time of the day is it? Is it during lunchtime when people are taking breaks and they're just scrolling on their phone? Is it on the weekends when they're hanging out with their friends and they're just all scrolling and sharing each other's posts and out drinking, you know? It was like, and it would always change. It would never stay that. Now at this point, it's like, I don't even know what the algorithm is at this point. I really, like, it made more sense back then when it was more fresh. The app was more new, too. It made more sense, but now it's just, like, all over the place. And I'm like, I don't post I'm actually losing more followers because I don't post as much as I used to. But I don't want to post as much as I used. Because it's like, okay, I've gotten like 30K followers. I'm okay. Like, I know I'm successful. I don't really care to post anymore. I'm kind of getting tired of it in a way. I'm actually changing my style of artwork too. I'm not doing food anymore. I'm doing more like meaningful things, you know. Like, I'll do a drawing, and then on top of it, I'll make like these like little cute texts back and forth, like with a friend or whatever. Cute. So they're really cute. I want to make it more meaningful where people can relate. So it's hard too when you're trying to like move from a certain category. But yeah. It's been a challenge.
And I want to say, too, Proverbs 18:16, your gift will make room for you. So, basically, you made room for your gift.
Yes.
Thank you, God. And favor. So, how can we reach you?
You can reach me on Instagram by BloomingInArt. It has a little tomato as my profile. Or you can reach me through my email, DeannaFloyd1993@gmail.com. And you can also get my book on Amazon, Lila's Cookbook.
Lila's Cookbook by author Deanna Floyd, illustrator Deanna Floyd. And you can also, if you guys want to sponsor the show, you can email me at kwillispositivevibestalkshow@gmail.com. And this is Kay Willis with Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. Like, share, and subscribe to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Check out my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Just type Kay Willis. And thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes podcast.